Would it be weird to start out the day showing everybody my shoes?
The wash machine is on.
I'm sorry, but we've got laundry. It's
Okay.
a thing.
Let me see
It's
your
real
shoes.
life here.
Let me see your shoes.
Real life. I got these shoes at Keto's for $7, yo.
I like those.
On clearance, $7. I don't know if they'll last the day, but we're going to give it our best shot. Hey, what's up, family? I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are Two
Crazy
Crazy
Ketos.
Ketos.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics. And then every Monday, we go live on Keto on the Couch, where we just kind of talk about what's going on in our lives for the week.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time Joe scooches over, you'll be alerted to it.
Good morning.
Good morning. Look at this beautiful breakfast we have. It's so sunny.
Well, today is the last day probably for a few days that I'm going to be able to eat some regular food.
So you're having the regular food.
I'm having an extraction tomorrow. And so I know that tomorrow night and Thursday and probably Friday will be very soft foods like scrambled eggs, pudding, soup, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So today we're going all out.
We're going to chew.
So for dinner, we're supposed to be going out to dinner with Anthony.
I'm so excited
I think
about
we might
that.
be going to Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm not quite sure yet.
It's always a favorite of mine.
So let's start off with our coffee. Is 40 ounces of coffee split between the two of us.
Cheers to your day.
There is 1 scoop of this Perfect Keto MCT oil powder in there.
It's just right.
Peanut butter. And then there is 1
Chocolate.
package of the chocolate element. I really like this stuff in coffee. We don't drink it as our regular electrolytes, but it's really good in coffee.
It really is. I'm telling you, that
I don't know
chocolate
what it
flavor.
is. Somebody messaged, like, on our yogurt recipe, we have to try this, that they are mixing their mango relight into their yogurt.
Let's do it. Let's try it.
Like, that would be like the salty, sweet kind of
I bet that
yogurt.
would be super refreshing.
We need to try that.
Let's do that.
Okay, so that is our coffee. Then we each have 2 eggs. Mine are perfectly cooked. Rachel's are overcooked.
Mine are a little bit wet still.
Then we have some Keto Chow drop biscuits. This is what they look like when you cook them.
They're so stinking good and flavorful.
So I used powdered egg whites because why not? We have a whole bunch of powdered egg whites and we really haven't been making the egg white bread because it's like a trigger thing for us.
Yeah.
So I used powdered egg whites, but instead of using almond flour, I used this Porking Good pork rind crumbs. So there's no almond flour in these.
Okay, no wonder the consistency for me is so much better. Because I'm telling you, sometimes I have a hard time with almond flour. It's good. It's really good. So, did you use a lot more or less? Is it the same amount?
I used a 1/2 cup.
Okay.
I did not pack it. The first time I've ever tried it with pork rinds. Probably should have packed it to have more, but I'm good with where it is. Next time I make it, maybe I'll make some tonight to like maybe have like just in the house because Caleb's been like wanting to improve his diet and his eating lifestyle.
We love helping that.
So I love being able to have things like the Keto Chow Chopples and our egg bites and things like that ready for him to go on his way out the door. So I'll probably weigh it so I know exactly how many grams of pork rinds I use.
Yeah.
But, so it is the Porking, and you don't have to use this one, but we really like the Porking Good ones. And
they're really good.
Listen, it's actually cheaper to buy this way than it is to buy their pork rinds and then grind them up on your own. Because these are just the crumbs.
There's a lot of pork rinds in this container.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to make the crumbs.
Yeah, and so we do have a discount link down below along with a coupon code. It's 2crazyketos. But the other thing you can do is if you have some bags of pork rinds that are maybe getting close to the fresh by date, go ahead and grind them up, stick them in an airtight container or in the freezer And you can do it that way. Like, we have a bunch of the jalapeno cheddar ones. And after I made this, I started thinking, like...
We need to make some jalapeno
cheddar biscuits, right?
That won't make me upset.
So, what it is... So, it's a half a cup of those.
Okay.
It is 4 tablespoons of the egg whites. The egg white, Keto Chow egg white powder.
Right.
And then 1 serving or 1 scoop of the savory chicken soup and some butter. So just all I literally did was subbed out the almond flour with pork rinds. And I really like that because, like, I don't want to do a whole bunch of almond flour.
I don't either. And it's not always the most pleasant mouthfeel for me, to be honest.
And it significantly lowers the carbs in them because there's, carbs in almond flour.
Yeah.
And so you're significantly lowering them. These are like less than a carb per biscuit.
Wow.
So I like that. And then I made sausage gravy, which was like a pound of sausage. A couple of scoops of Keto Chow savory chicken soup with some poultry seasoning. And then I only used 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. I just don't need it all. And I didn't feel like it needed any more. It's plenty. Now, we break up our biscuits. Let us know down below.
How do you eat biscuits and gravy?
When you have biscuits and gravy, do you take it like this and then cut it in half and then put the gravy on top?
No.
Or do you do like what we do is
we
break them up into little tiny pieces and then you're getting like little tiny bites like that?
That's something I've done since I was a little kid. Because, I grew up in South Florida. I know we still have to drive north to go up south. But we grew up with that, with biscuits and gravy, growing up. So I'm really glad to have a keto option for that. But yeah, I tear it just the same. And it's got a really nice mouthfeel to it with these pork rinds.
I love the Keto Chow drop biscuits, but it's always been something that we don't do very often because of the almond flour. And the pork rinds, to me, is just like a complete game changer.
High five.
So I'm really excited about that. I'm also excited about my new toy that got delivered by Amazon at 6 o'clock this morning.
I went to let the dog out and I was like, Lord have mercy, what has this man brought in our house?
Well, we really enjoyed the chaffles, especially the sweet version.
We really did.
As a dessert with some yogurt on top.
Well, and Caleb liked him too and was real interested in him for breakfast, because he's got to go out the door real early in the morning.
So I'll leave a link for this down below. I purchased on my own money. Dash is not sponsoring us, though. I'd love them to sponsor us if you're interested. But it makes basically 4 chaffles at one time and I guess a couple of little breadstick.
I was like, and some exclamation points?
Oh, they're considered overflow channels, but I don't think you really have that as much when it comes to making the chaffles. But my biggest problem with the little dashes is, number one, you have to have a lot of them if you're making big batches.
It can take a lot of time.
When you make 1 serving or 1 recipe of the Keto Chow chaffles, that gives you 8 chaffles. So you're there for a long time. So now instead of having to do 4 batches with our 2 chaffle makers, I can just do 2 batches with this.
Instead of it being this is your evening.
Supposedly it's supposed to be easier to clean up. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but they're like, no more mess. We'll see about that.
I think they're saying the no more mess because you've got those little things to take over, like the little exclamation point breadstick things.
If there's a mess to be made, Joe will figure out how to do it.
We will.
So
Rachel too.
What is on your agenda for today?
I have a staff meeting at 10 a.m. I have a kids ministry meeting at 11. And then I have some just regular work to do. What about you?
I got to edit some videos. I need to go cut some grass with Anthony.
Yep.
And then I need to work on our front window because it's become like a junk pile. It's like, oh, where does this go? Put it up there. So I need to go through everything that we have up there.
I know you're so busy. I try not to make a big honey-do list, but yes, that would be delightful if we could kind of reclaim that space.
Yeah, just put some stuff away. Go through what I have down below. See if we have any more Keto Chow that we can give away.
Yeah.
Because, I'm just trying to
to
minimize things and clear things, and we do have a lot of Keto Chow, and so if we have some we can give away, I'd love to be able to give that away.
Me too.
And then, like I said, we have dinner with Anthony later on. Okay, so I just had one of those really high stress moments. I was cutting along here on the street, and those seed pods that are right there, they brushed along my head and knocked out my headphone, and I couldn't find it. I actually texted Anthony, you need to come up here and help me find my headphone. I'm willing to give you $50 if you can find it, because I'm scouring all over. Look at all this grass, and it's all weeds and stuff. I was scouring trying to find it, finally, I don't know, I was just going to give up. I was going to go move the mower and see if maybe it's somehow under the mower. And I looked down on the deck of the mower, and there's the headphone sitting right there. So I'm so thankful that I found them, because I love these headphones. They completely block out all of the noise from the engine. They have a really, really good noise cancellation. And so I really didn't want to have to buy a new pair, because they are fairly expensive. But fortunately, I found them. Now I can get back to work. So they just opened up a brand new 7-Eleven by our house, and it has a gas station, which I'm super excited about, because we only have 2 gas stations by our house. One of them charges about 80 cents more a gallon than any other gas station. And the other one, something's going on with their machines, because every time we have used that gas station, our credit cards have gotten like stolen. So we never go to that gas station anymore. So I'm excited that we have a new gas station near our house. But I was filling up my car, and I ran in to fill up my big cup here with seltzer water, and I decided that I wanted to buy lunch for the guy in front of me. So I just saw him buying his hot dogs. I'm like, hey, can I buy your lunch? He's like, oh, thank you so much. He's like, I was actually thinking about, I need to buy somebody else's lunch, so I'm going to stay here and pay for the next person that comes up the line. So it makes me feel really good that I was able to bless him, and then he was able to bless somebody else. Okay, I'm cleaning out here in the studio, trying to organize things, make everything look a little bit nicer, so that when you walk in our front door, which is where our studio is, you don't just see piles of stuff. And I'm trying to put everything into this storage area, which I still need to make doors for, but haven't had time to do that. Anyway, we still have a whole bunch of this keto chow. All of these priority mail envelopes are packed and ready to go, but I don't have anybody to give them away to. So we're going to try to get rid of these, because I want to get them out of the house. So here's what you need to do. Leave a comment down below. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and little bell notification so that you are notified when we upload new videos. And you have to live in the United States. And we're going to pick 5 winners to get rid of some of these. Here is what's in each one of these. So every winner gets this. You get a chocolate peanut butter, eggnog, strawberry, chocolate, natural strawberry, a pumpkin spice caramel, root beer float, and snickerdoodle, and then also one of our 2 Crazy Ketos wristbands. So I do want to let you know, some of these may be past the best by date. They're not going to get you sick. It's a best by date, not an expiration date. And it's really referring to the vitamins and the nutrients that are in them. Chris and Miriam have actually talked about this on some of their live streams, of whether or not you can consume keto chow past the best by date. And they're in the process of actually trying to get those best by dates extended. Right now, it's 2 years from when they're packaged, and they're working on getting it to go to 3 years. But it's very expensive testing and stuff. But you're not going to get sick. You just may not want to rely on them for your sole source of nutrition. But as far as getting you sick or the protein, that is all completely fine. So again, leave a comment down below, and we will have down below in the description the date we're going to draw all the winners.
Okay, so we just finished dinner, and it was absolutely awesome.
And we didn't turn on the camera.
And we did not turn on the camera, because it wasn't really even about eating. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yep, right there.
And guess what we ate?
We had wings.
We had wings.
But it was really about hanging out with friends.
Guess what Anthony had?
Wings.
We had wings, but it was about hanging out with our friend.
Yep.
It was just so stinking awesome. So honestly, when the food got delivered, I didn't even think about taking out my phone to even take a picture of it, but it was wings, and it looks like wings. But look what he got. I got a cool shirt. Look at this shirt. Okay, so this he got in Universal, and he's like, does Universal have a keto shirt? I think they do, because this is right. It's Homer Simpson saying,
I'm gonna offend some people with this.
You don't win friends with salad. I don't think there's any reason to take offense. It's absolutely true. Have you had a neighborhood salad mixing event? No. Have you had a neighborhood barbecue? Yes, absolutely, because barbecue gathers people. Salad, not necessarily, right? I don't know. So Joe got that, and then he got me the cutest Mickey Mouse. Look at Mickey's got a little avocado outfit. Now we just have one challenge, and that is finding an outfit
that matches Mickey so that we can wear it together.
So I'm going home.
Yes.
You said you're going to Target.
Yes, because tomorrow is May the 4th.
Okay.
Star Wars Day. And I just want to see if they have any type of like fun Star Wars Day shirt.
Aw, did you get me flowers?
No, I did not get you flowers. These flowers are actually for me.
For you? Yeah. Who sent you flowers? Because I didn't.
These flowers showed up at the door yesterday. It was so nice. It's actually from the folks at Chow. And they sent us a set of flowers. Said, Joe, we saw your recent video about your dental drama, and we wanted to send you something to brighten your day.
Wow.
This is so nice.
Nestle never sent us any flowers.
Right? I don't remember Kellogg sending me things saying, hey, like, sorry you don't feel good from all the sugar you're eating.
And they're not even contributing to the dental problem. Like, Chalk Zero is going to be, like, dentist approved.
This was really nice. Guys, thank you so much, Chalk Zero. And this is how I feel today.
Really? Why?
Because I just got a phone call. And I was supposed to be going to get an extract. I can't believe I'm actually bummed about this. But I was supposed to be getting this tooth extracted today. And getting my partial in, which would fill in that and then the big gap on the side. And she called me and said the partial's not in.
Oh, no.
So we have to delay the extraction till next week. So, but it's, weird. I don't know how to feel about, yay, I don't have to get a tooth pulled today and I can eat regular food, or this really stinks because it's another week.
Take it for the positive. Although, you know what you sound like? A little kid that was thinking your tooth was loose enough to see the tooth fairy tonight.
Yes.
Right? And you ain't seeing the tooth fairy tonight.
The only problem is now it's being done on Monday, right after Keto on the Couch, but we're going to Orlando on Thursday.
Right.
And so I'm hoping that we have enough healing time so that I can enjoy dinner at Texas Day Brazil with everybody.
You know what I was just thinking? The difference between childhood and adulthood, now you pay the tooth fairy.
That's right. A lot of money.
Instead of you getting paid for teeth, you're paying for teeth to be taken out.
So we had so much fun last night at dinner with Anthony.
It was so good. You need time with friends. If you are putting that off because, the household has demands and there's lots of work demands and study demands, I understand that. I get it.
Right.
We are responsible people and we think it's really important for us to, take our responsibility seriously. But friendship is a responsibility that you should take seriously too. You need that time for yourself. It was so good to just laugh. And we talked about movies. It wasn't just keto stuff we talked about. We talked about, some silly movies that are out.
Some ridiculous movie that he said, you got to go home and watch this.
Because we were talking about...
What is it called?
We were talking about bad movies.
Bad movies.
We have a shared love of ridiculous movies, right? Because Anthony and Caleb and John Paul and me, we used to have movie night with pillow forts in the family room for bad movies, movies like Swamp Creature 14, those kind of things. So he suggested one that looked absolutely terrible, which was
Llama Vision,
Llamageddon, and it was unwatchable.
Anthony, we couldn't watch it. We got about 20 minutes into it, and I'm like, this is this. I think this movie was a fifth grader's extra credit project in school. Hey, I got a video camera for Christmas. Could I make a video as extra credit to go from a D to a B?
I don't even know if that movie would take you
from
a D to a B.
It was really bad.
But it was just so fun to talk about stuff and laugh about stuff and just have that closeness of friendship.
Yeah.
You need that. You need to budget for that. Not wait until you're less busy to have time with friends and family, because you're never going to get less busy. Yeah. Right? That's what we've learned.
Now, I do want to say, you're talking about being busy, but if you are in our area, reach out to us. I can't promise we're going to be able to get together right away, but reach out to us and say, hey, can we have coffee one day? And we'll do our best to get it in our schedule. It may take a month or so. I know that there's somebody else down here who we had planned on having some dinner with, and then I started all my teeth issues, and then lacrosse started. But we're gonna be reaching back out to Joe as well. But don't be afraid to like walk up to us, like in Target. Like somebody sent me a message saying, "Hey, I saw you at Target when you were getting your glasses." Like, don't be afraid to walk up and say hello. The only place it's not okay to walk up and say hello is maybe in the bathroom. Like, maybe wait till I come outside of the bathroom.
I'm bad about that. Sometimes I will carry a conversation into like a stall.
Let's not do that.
I know. I need to get better about that.
But we're just ordinary people. Listen, we're two idiots who decided to make a YouTube channel. That's the only thing special about us, is that we did something really silly. But I wanted to show you. So I was so excited. We got that like waffle maker yesterday, like the 4-piece waffle maker.
Yeah.
I didn't even get the excitement of opening the box. You know, remember that what was the rule in our house? You get a Christmas present or a birthday present, and the rule in our house with the kids were you don't have to share it for the first day.
The first day.
Right?
Well,
so
I didn't try to use it.
I got a present, and Anthony comes home. And he was like, "Oh, what's this waffle maker?" I'm like, "Oh, I just got that." He's like, "What does it do?" I'm like, "It makes 4 of those little mini waffles." And he proceeds to open it up. And him and Sarah had come over, made waffles and eggs with my new waffle maker. So this is like the mini dash, but mix 4 of them at a time.
He was probably like, "Come on over, baby. We're making waffles."
He scrambled eggs and just poured eggs in and used this to cook his eggs instead of a frying pan or the Blackstone.
It's so much funner, right? That's a fun way to eat eggs.
I was like, that's kind of cool.
Why not do that? And then put like...
I'll leave a link for this down below.
Do like 2 eggs and a sausage in the middle. Maybe top it with like some cheese or something. And you have a breakfast sandwich that has...
everything in it?
But in no flour of any sort.
Yeah.
Right? It's just eggs.
Okay, so breakfast today. Here's what we got. This is leftover breakfast day. This is clean the fridge day.
Hey, I'm all about it.
So coffee, 40 ounces of coffee, a half a scoop of caramel macchiato, keto chow, and then 1 package of the Element chocolate. And again, that's split between the 2 of us. Links for the Element and for Keto Chow down below. The Keto Chow link, if you use that, you get 10% off. The Element link, you can actually get a free pack of flavors. All you gotta do is pay $5 for shipping for it. But anytime you want to buy the Element, if you use that link, it lets them know that we sent you over there.
These blueberries are still going strong.
Those blueberries are 2 weeks old. So
I'm surprised.
We're at the end of them. So Rachel's got like a half a serving of our yogurt with some blueberries.
Oh, man.
And then, okay, here's breakfast.
This gravy.
I took 2 of those egg muffins that we made in that video that got released yesterday. Video's right up here.
I call them egg bites. What do you
bites.
call them?
Well,
are they egg muffins or are they egg bites?
They're labeled as egg muffins on the website because we make them in muffin tins.
Okay.
Okay. So I took 2 of those. I cut them open. We heated them in the microwave 1 minute. Cut them open and put a little bit of the sausage gravy inside.
That was a good move.
You know, see, it just adds a little bit more gravy to it. Then there were 2 of the Keto Chow biscuits left because everybody was eating them during the day yesterday.
Yeah.
Anthony and Sarah had some.
They're good.
So each one of them, I broke them up. We each got 1. And then this is actually the spicy taco truffles that we made the other day.
It actually goes really well with the savory gravy.
And then I just covered it with the gravy. And we still have some of the gravy left because it really... Yeah, I think you get like 8 servings out of it the way I did it. And we're already on 4 and there's plenty still left.
Man, this sausage gravy is like Frank's Red Hot. Man, I will put this stuff on anything. This would, on a burger, topping a burger, oh my gracious. Or like cube steak. If you do like a cube steak, that would be...
We should make cube steak.
Flippin' delicious. Yeah, I would put that on, I would put it on a hot dog. Like, I would literally put it on anything. It's so good.
So, yeah, that's our breakfast. And then today, I need to go do all your slides for the book study. Right?
May the 4th be with you, sir.
Oh, that's right. Today is May 4th.
Yep.
And tomorrow's Cinco de Mayo.
I know.
Oh, my gosh. Tomorrow's Cinco de Mayo.
So
it's a live stream day.
Oh, how fun.
Oh, I'm just thinking about what you're going to be wearing. I just realized that.
Don't think about it.
So I just finished making up some Keto Chow creamies for a meal prep. We've got 3 of these salted caramel chocolate mixture. So it's 2 scoops of salted caramel and 1 scoop of chocolate. And then we've got 3 guava grapefruits and 3 raspberry cheesecakes. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick these in the freezer, and then whenever we wanna have an ice cream, they're all ready to go. Of course.
Did you just sit down, Rachel and Joe? I need to use a litter box.
Here's your water.
Thank you. I finished 1, and now this is number 2. Because I have not eaten today. I don't want to.
We had breakfast.
Well, we had breakfast. Okay, I'm sorry. But it's 7 o'clock and we have not eaten like a lunch or a dinner.
Right.
Right? Because it was just like, I was so sweaty feet in order to like do the book study, which was great. I had so much fun.
Such a good job.
I hope you guys had fun. I had fun. It wasn't like, it wasn't that, I don't feel like I did a great job. I just feel like I did it, right? Like if you have this goal of like, I'm going to skydive, you're not worried about like you being like looking great at it, right? Or doing it well. You're just like, am I going to do this or not? And for me, it might as well have been a skydive to do a live stream by myself.
Well, you ready to go skydiving?
No. That is not on my bucket list. You have been skydiving.
Yes.
Was it scary? I mean,
a little.
That's kind of like a silly question.
Yeah.
Was it scary?
Yeah.
Was there a moment where you're like, I'm gonna back out of this?
I remember when we were taking off, I'm like, why am I doing this?
But you went with like your boss at the time.
I went with a bunch of friends and people I was working with.
So you were thinking like, if I back out.
Yeah. You look like a wuss.
Right. I can remember like our campus pastor is super afraid of roller coasters.
Right.
But we went as like a team building thing to Busch Gardens. And so it was like everybody else is going on it. And so I think he felt like the peer pressure to be like, don't be the only one not going on it. So I think it was one of those like perfect storms of like, I can't get out of this. I would like to get out of this.
So all I got to do is get a whole bunch of people from church to like on staff to say, we're going skydiving, and then you're not going to back out.
Quit the job. Quit the job if I sense that is coming.
You did a great job today. I'm really proud of you. Now you can run all the live streams without me. You don't have to worry about it. So now if I have a game on a Thursday night, I don't have to give back the game. We don't have to reschedule the live stream. You can just run the whole thing on your own.
Here's the thing, though. I mean, you're saying that in a funny way, and it's not something that I desire to do. But in the past, I definitely would have had the answer, if you can't be in a live stream, there will be no live stream.
Right.
And I do think now that, will it be a great live stream? Probably no. But it's possible. Just opening up the possibility is so much of a giant step forward.
Right.
Right? Can you remember there was a time when making a video was preposterous. There was a time when having a live stream was preposterous.
Right.
There was a different, like, and then having a live stream where I'm in charge of the buttons and whistles and things.
Right.
Preposterous. But here we are. We're on the other side of that.
Hello, Charity.
Yes.
Now, in your defense,
okay,
we have a complicated live stream setup. So if you're just doing a live stream from your phone, if you've never seen this before, it's fairly easy to do it from your phone or from like an iPad, because you just can open up the YouTube app.
Right.
And it uses your camera. But if you're using a computer, you can't, because YouTube requires an encoder. And so you either have to have a software encoder or something like that. And then it doesn't allow you to use, a lot of times, to use your built-in camera. And a lot of times the cameras on computers are not that good anyway, especially the older versions of the Apples. Like the brand new one's got a better one, but not the older versions like yours. So you have to have an external camera, so it becomes more complicated. Then you get into our studio and you've got a Blackmagic camera, and you've got a computer, you've got 4 software programs running because we want to be able to put the chat up on the screen, and there's 3 different. So it is a little bit more complicated to run our setup. I've tried to make it easy with automated buttons, but then you also have to worry about the internet, and like, what do you do if the internet goes or something like that?
Well, but you know what? We've kind of walked this out. it was by accident. We hadn't read Atomic Habits at that point. But in order to even make our first YouTube video, we had to kind of identify as a YouTuber first. And then every step that we have taken has been a vote to yes, that is a fact. Because when we made our first video, it was kind of like, this is preposterous. The thought of us one day becoming a YouTuber. But we sort of had to just be like, this is what we are. And then move forward, you know, that way. So
yeah, you get better and better at it. I think Nisha Berry says it best.
100 bad videos.
It takes 100 videos that are really bad before you start getting the hang of it. And then if you go back to our original videos,
bad. Terrible.
They're horrible. So if you want to be a YouTuber, here's my advice: get 100 out quick. Do like every single day, do a video or something like that. Don't drag it out. I mean, we're at like almost 1,300 or more at this point. So we've gotten the hang of it, and even there, sometimes we screw up. We haven't eaten yet. I'm going to go make something real quick. We're just going to have some hot dogs and hamburgers, nothing fancy, just like frozen hamburgers. I did meal prep for tomorrow and for like over the weekend and stuff. I made 9 creamies, so they're all good because that's what's cool about the creamy is you just pre-freeze a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
And then whenever you want an ice cream, even in 2 or 3 weeks, just grab one out of there. It's also a great thing to do is if you've got some keto chows, maybe you made them 3 or 4 days ago and you're like, oh, I don't think I'm going to finish these and I don't want to throw them out. Throw them in a creamy container.
Yes.
And then when you put them in the freezer, you've now extended the life. It's like when you buy anything else, buy meat and it's almost by the use by date, go stick it in the freezer, same thing. Do that with your keto chow.
I have a question because I posed this on Instagram and I was actually interested in the results. So I posted our breakfast from this morning. Our breakfast was comprised of leftovers.
Yep.
Well, meal prep. I call it leftovers, but really it was kind of designed as a meal prep that like you're making a big batch so that you could use it all through the week. And this morning was breakfast, clearly a breakfast meal prep. Now I know you could eat those egg bites any time of the day, but you're probably going to lean toward breakfast for them. So my question that I posed on Instagram was, what is the meal prep that you are most likely to actually use? Because sometimes you'll generate a meal prep and then you won't use it. So is it a breakfast food meal prep, lunch meal prep, dinner meal prep? And I thought that something would take it in a landslide, like especially breakfast. I honestly thought breakfast was the one that it's like if you meal prep breakfast, you would truly do it. But I'm seeing right now
like
at
that's
least,
the least that I would do.
It's like a third of each. There is such a wide variety. They all have a share in it. And I think that's interesting.
I don't know if I can go with like a breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I'd have to go with a food item.
Okay, for you.
And for me, the food item, if I meal prep it, that I am most likely to use and it will never hit the garbage, would be ground beef or ground pork, bacon, those kind of things, because you can have all of the, well, you can eat anything, really.
Yeah.
But those are the things that kind of fit in
anywhere
with breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Right.
So I don't mind eating ground beef for breakfast. If I have ground pork, I can throw that in with my eggs. Bacon, throw it in with my eggs. I can eat it as like purse bacon. I can throw it in with my lunch, put it on top of burgers. Also, a lot of our casseroles, like our taco pie or something like that. But yeah, ground beef, whenever I'm like, I need to meal prep something so we have like ready to go at any time, I always lean towards that kind of stuff. Ground beef, ground pork, and bacon.
I was trying to think of for myself, if it's just me, like on times where you have games and I'm responsible for my food for, the day, I think that I'm most likely to stick to my meal prep for breakfast or lunch. But dinner, sometimes I can want to change because of whatever happened during the day. My response to my day will make me be like, you know what? I'm not eating that hamburger. I'm going to go order a whatever. And I need to change that.
That's a bad thing to have.
That is a very bad thing to have, right? If I examine it, I know I have a problem with that. But I mean, I'm still eating a keto thing, but it's like I made the food, so I might as well eat it. But I feel like that is the one that is most likely to be influenced for change. I've never been somebody that if I pack a lunch and then somebody wants to do something else for lunch, that I'm like, okay, abandon my plans and like go for them for lunch. And I know some people struggle with that.
Yeah.
But I will stay on target if I packed a lunch because I don't want to throw it out.
Right.
But dinner's the one that I'm like, it's in the refrigerator, it'll keep.
The only reason I say it's bad is because if you have a meal where you tend to say like, you know what, I know I meal prep, but I'm not going to bother with it. That's the meal where you may end up slipping up and down like, you know what? I know I have ground beef made, but I don't want that and then end up at a fast food place or end up eating something that's not keto. So that's why it's also good to have a variety. Like right now we have the egg bites pre-made. We have yogurt pre-made. We have keto chows pre-made. I just used up all the ground beef, so we don't have any of that, so I need to make a bunch of that tomorrow. But we usually have a variety of things, so even if dinner comes around and I say, the plan was ground beef, but I don't feel like that, there's 2 or 3 or 4 other things that I can grab.
Well, and that saves money, too. Because a lot of times when you abandon your plans, it's not just that you won't stay keto, it's that you won't stay in a budget.
Right.
And that can really be upsetting.
That's how we used to end up going out to eat every single night pre-keto because it's like, nothing's made, let's go out to eat.
And it's a financial strain.
Yep. That's going to be the end of today's video. If you like seeing videos like this, take a look at some of the videos we have linked right over there. Also, make sure you take a look at our most recent video, which I'm going to put right over here.
But whether you head this way or you head this way, don't forget to head this way. Subscribe to our channel and click the little bell icon. And that way, every single time we get a new flavor of electrolytes, you'll be alerted to it.
Till next time.
Bye.